What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another collaboration beer. This time between the Other Half Brewing Company out of both Brooklyn and East Bloomfield, New York, and Omnipollo out of Sweden. And this is their Cap'n Krispies. So they're calling this one a Pilsner that is brewed with puffed rice. It comes in at 4.5% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review. This can is approximately 1 month old, and I want to give a huge thanks and shout out once again to a very good friend of mine and viewer of the channel, Dan, for hooking me up with this one. So thank you very much, Dan. I truly do appreciate it. In the description box, I'll post a link to the beer mail unboxing video I did that contains all the goodies that Dan hooked me up with, and I'm glad he sent a nice crispy boy here because, break up the monotony of all the IPAs and fruited sours and pastry stouts and all the stuff that, were sent to me, but also that I buy and the whole nine. Nice to just get a nice Pilsner here. Now again, they're brewing this one with puffed rice, and on top of that, they're hopping this one, I believe, slightly with Saaz, Wai-iti and Nelson Sauvin. So a little bit of a hop forward crispy boy, but hopefully it's delicious. Crack it and get in a glass. Using the hashtag proper glassware. Nice lager glass here from Other Half, and here we go. So there you go. Nice pour. Throw the can over here. And yeah, that looks like a Pilsner, albeit maybe a little bit more hazy than it's not like see-through like a Pilsner would be, but it's also not super cloudy. It just has a little bit of clarity there. A lot of carbonation, about a 2-finger. That's basically soap sudsy looking head, bright white, the whole nine. That looks like a Pilsner of some sort. So let's get a nose on it. Yeah, man, that smells super clean. It has like this sweet cereal grain to it. Definitely getting that puffed rice. There's like a crackery malt base to it. Touch of like fruity. I'm almost getting, they're using Nelson and they're using Wai-iti and Saaz, but I'm getting like a spicy kind of character, but also like a slight grapey, white grape type of thing that I get with Nelson, but just very slight. A little bit of like an apple core as well. Yeah, just smells fucking super refreshing. Let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. Thanks again, Dan. That's slightly different, but so fucking refreshing. First thing, body, 4.5%. Lower side of medium body. The mouthfeel is super crisp, very refreshing, quite clean, kind of what you want from the style. The taste, it's a little sweeter than I thought it was going to be. At the forefront, I'm like hit with this like apple sweetness, pear, a little bit of like a zesty kind of citrus tone. Touch of that white grape right at the forefront. Passes through though. That puffed rice, it has like this ricey cereal, almost like crackery, just mixture of malt. And it's really, really nice. But it is sweet. Not super sweet or anything, but just sweeter than I anticipated. That carries on throughout the entire palate. It's like most Pilsners, it's not overly complex or anything. Very easy to drink. Finishes with a mild bitterness, semi-dry, but again, leaning a little bit towards the sweet side for me. Super easy to drink. Here's the thing though. I think flavor-wise and what I'm tasting, really nice. 4.5% goes down like water. The body and the mouthfeel are spectacular. The taste, I really like the flavor profile of it. It's just a bit too sweet. Now, it's not cloying, don't get me wrong. I could easily drink 2 or 3 cans of this, but for something as crispy as this, something as refreshing as this, it just has a bit too much sweetness, and it's hard to explain because I'm not saying, like when I say that a beer's too sweet, typically I just mean it's too sweet as in sugary sweet. I was hoping for a better balance between the sweetness, the bitterness, the dryness. I just wanted to be a little bit better balanced overall, and it doesn't have that to a T. It leans sweet. That said, if you like sweeter Pilsners or sweeter lagers, then I think this would be your jam. For me, just be 100% honest with you, I think from a flavor aspect, I'd have no trouble giving Cap'n Krispies from Other Half and Omnipollo like a 4.25 out of 5. Because it doesn't have the great balance that I was hoping it would have, I have to knock it down. So I'm going to give Cap'n Krispies from Other Half and Omnipollo a straight 4 out of 5. Still a good score, still a fucking really good beer. I just want a little bit better balance from the sweetness, the dryness, and the bitterness. Just leans a little bit too sweet for me. And again, if I bought a 4-pack of this, I could probably drink half of the 4-pack, maybe even 3 cans of it in a sitting, you know, like over the course of a couple hours as like a crusher beer. But I don't think I could just continuously crush them back like at a barbecue. Let's say you wanted to grab a 4-pack or a couple 4-packs and you're just going to sip on this for 8 to 10 hours throughout the course of the day. I think after 2 or 3 cans for me, I'd be pretty much done with it. I think it just has a little bit too much sweetness for the style. But again, it's not cloying. I don't think anyone's going to drink this one and be like, oh man, I can only drink 2 sips because it's super sweet. I just think for the drinkability, the sweetness kind of plays a role. But pretty damn good. Price and availability. Price point on this is $14 a 4-pack. You know, I've harped on other halves prices before when it comes to these lagers and these pilsners. Some of them are in the $16 range. 14 is more in what I would like to see from them. 12 would be perfect because there's a lot of $12 4-pack pilsners that are just as good, if not better than this. But 14, they're doing better. They're brewing it with puffed rice. They're hopping it and stuff, so maybe an extra couple bucks a 4-pack because of that. But $12 to $14 is fine for something like this. Availability, these are typically brewery only, but other half is starting to get distro everywhere, so I don't really know everything. I do know they sell beer on their website now. I think they ship throughout the state of New York and Washington, D.C. And they get, you know, out throughout New York State. They'll do mobile canning sales. They'll get out to local bottle shops and stuff like that. So if you live in New York State, you probably can pick this up or some of other half beers at some point. If you live out of state, you probably have to trade for them. But either way, they're starting to get better distros. So thanks again to Dan for this one. If anybody out there has had this one, let me know what you think about it. Did you find it too sweet? Did you think the balance was there? Maybe you hated it. Maybe you loved it. For me, I think it's a really good beer. I just think it leans a little bit too sweet for me. Still, 4 out of 5 is a pretty solid score. So thanks again to Dan. Thanks to everybody for stopping by for another beer review here in the Beer Patrol. 4.5%. Yeah, it drinks like a 4.5% Pilsner. For the next one. Cheers.